Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Get ready for a night of politics, delicious food, and great company. Join us tomorrow night at Crooner Supper Club for AM 950's presidential debate watching party. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Enjoy a live broadcast with Matt McNeil.
The babies are crazy. Oh.
And include food, snacks, and debate bingo. Purchase your tickets now at am950radio.com or get them at the door tomorrow night. Again, am950radio.com for tickets and more details.
Did you know Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken airs 5 nights a week at 10 p.m.? That's 5 nights of talking about ghosts, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. We're talking about the paranormal every Monday through Friday with some of the most trusted names in the field. Join us and step into the unknown with Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken, Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Only if you dare.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. Even though Auto Technical is a small nonprofit, we have helped more families with transportation than any organization in Minnesota. Since '94, we have reconditioned donated vehicles so they have a higher tax benefit. Call Richard at 612-919-5526, 612-919-5526, or autotech.org.
Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Clear tonight with a low of 63, then sunshine Tuesday with a high of 83. Join us tomorrow night at Crooner Supper Club in Friendly for the AM 950 Debate Watch Party. Doors open at 6, live hour with Matt and other hosts at 7, and the debate at 8. Tickets are $25. You can get them both at am950radio.com and at the door of Crooner Supper Club. We'll see you tomorrow.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut. He didn't cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events. And as you know, Chujunk, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
Yes, you are right, Daga. This portion of the show is supported by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Well, hey, Chujunk, you've been out of the loop here a little bit, and of course, the show fell apart. So
I'm right.
I'm glad you're back on, and but I saw your pictures, and it looks like you had a fabulous time up in the north.
Yeah, I always do. Thank you so much for the shout out. And yeah, it's nice when you got a boss or an uncle, a Daga, who lets you take a little time off. But yeah, it was amazing. I don't know. I've grown up going to the North Shore in Lake Superior since I was a kid. So it's always a much needed trip at the end of a summer before the fall.
So you were up in Grand Portage, right? Up
Yeah.
there way northeast?
Yep. So Grand Portage, Band of Ojibwe was up there along the Canadian border. And, it was fun. I've been to a lot of state parks across Minnesota, but this, I've got to say, was probably the visitor center at Grand Portage State Park was probably the most indigenized state park or like state building that I've seen.
Wow.
or came across, which was really cool. They had a lot of tribal information.
That's cool. You must have got me a hoodie or a T-shirt up there. Oh,
Well, there were many to choose from. I just couldn't decide.
yeah, exactly. Different colors. Oh,
Yeah, I actually learned about something that I didn't know this. This was my first time going, I guess, that north on 61 there, which is along Lake Superior. It goes all the way to the Canadian border. But I had never been to Grand Portage, so this was the first time I kind of learned about what they call the spirit little cedar tree.
oh,
And I was doing some research, and I guess some people also refer to it as the witch tree. But this is a cedar tree along Lake Superior on the Grand Portage Reservation. And it's kind of like a little cedar tree that's just growing out of the rocks there. And it has a really cool story behind it. I learned this as well. The tree is actually considered off limits to visitors unless you're accompanied by a local Ojibwe band member.
oh.
Yeah, yeah, it was really cool. In the casino, we actually stopped there because we're natives, so I got to swing by the casino.
Yeah, check it out. See
But
if those
they
machines are working.
exactly. But the casino, they had images and sculptures of the same tree that we noticed, of this sacred little cedar tree. So I actually was surprised by the abundance of cedar trees up there, because I've stayed in Grand Marais and skied Lutsen and stuff, but you don't really kind of see an abundance of cedar trees in those areas like you do along the border.
Well, that's really interesting. And today I was at a funeral in Black River Falls, and
Mm.
those are always tough when we lose our elders. And just a quick shout out and prayer to the Green Deer family up there, and our president John Green Deer of Ho-Chunk Nations. Nani passed on in the spirit world, and I was up there for that. And it's always very nice to be around our people, but also very sad when it's under this circumstance.
Yeah, it's so sad. Our elders are so important to us, and yeah, our deepest heartfelt condolences go out to the Green Deer family and those of Ho-Chunk Nation. And we're going to talk a bit about how important our elders actually are later, coming up here with Maren Hardy of Spirit Care Services here in Minnesota. But yeah, we got something fun going on tomorrow. We got that huge presidential debate. Where are you watching that, Dega?
Well, I'm going to go to AM 950's watch party, and I can't stay away from the microphone, and I know they're going live at 7, so I'm gonna try and get on there and say a few good words. And I know the past election for president, there was a large amount of people that showed up to the debates, so it'll be interesting. We expect a large crowd, and it's always good to be around like-minded people, and fun too. So I think it's going to be a hootenanny tomorrow night.
Well, I sure hope so. I know a lot of people are doing different watch parties. So you'll be at the one at Crooner Supper Club with AM 950 on the Matt McNeil show. Matt is great. He, always has really important and energetic political conversations on the Matt McNeil show. So be sure to check him out on AM 950. I know Muckwa Coffee is doing something in Roseville. Muckwa Coffee is Indigenous owned. The Minnesota DFL and Native Community Coalitions are putting on a debate watch party tomorrow from 7 to 10 p.m. at Muckwa Coffee in Roseville.
Yeah, that's 2805 Hamlin Avenue for you people with, some kind of app on your phone to find things.
Yeah, like Google Maps or something.
Definitely.
I always need that.
Definitely. Well, yeah, I don't even know where I'm going anymore. I just put it in Google Maps and I'm there. And sometimes I don't know, where the heck was I going? I think I went up to Red Lake, and it took me I've been there a bunch of times, but it always takes me a different way. It's really weird. I was going down like a dirt road when I went up there Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was like, is this right? Am I going to the right place? And then sure enough, I was there.
Ancestors must have, hacked that Google Maps and took you an easier route maybe, or a quicker one.
Yeah, I get to see the eagles flying over my head. So I got all like, us natives and eagles. It's like, hey, there's an eagle. No, it's just a robin. Dang.
I know we were doing that the whole time we were up north. We're like, what is that? A raven? A crow? No, it's definitely not an eagle. And then
It's a
you see one,
robin.
one that doesn't have the white head yet, and you're like, oh, maybe it's a juvenile one, but it's
Yeah.
just a raven or something.
Well, ravens are cool too. Those things come to our backyard and they've got me trained, so I have to throw out food to them. They're squawking away until I throw out food, and I'm in the inner city here by the mighty Mississippi, so they know they got my number.
I've witnessed you feeding many of the wildlife in your backyard there in St. Paul, which is so nice of you to do.
Our relatives,
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, Allison had something to say about your trip.
The Grand Portage Visitor Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably got to be my favorite one at a state park. Well, I haven't visited all the Minnesota state parks yet, so.
They learned so much at Grand Portage Visitor Center last year, and that's really cool. I didn't know that, so when I go up there creeping in Grand Portage, I'll have to stop by there.
Yeah. I know that they do a big summer powwow kind of at the end of the summer. We'll have to check out that one.
Yeah, definitely. And don't say the end of summer.
It's kind of past us already.
I know. The light's at a different, or the light. Yeah, I'm in the Truman Show. The sun is at a different angle, and you can tell it's kind of sad too, because I think the sun sets at 7:30 now, and geez, that's 2 hours from its peak. And I know in New York, it seems like the sun, they're on Eastern time, of course, but the sun sets sooner than it does here in the Midwest time-wise. It's really weird.
I did see something. I know we got like 30 seconds left, but I saw something where the month of August, we lose up to like 90%, or I don't know, some crazy number. We lose most of our sunlight just in the month of August alone.
Well, I only have so many summers left, so I want to appreciate them all. It isn't like I got 60 more summers. I'm 63 now. I got 10 good ones for sure, and I'm going to live it up. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and we're going to have Maren Hardy on here next, and we're going to talk some elder talk. This is Native Roots Radio.
If the statistics say that 1 in 3 Native women and 1 in 6 Native men have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, it means our whole community is affected by sexual violence. 1 is too many. Don't stand by, stand up. Don't engage in acts of sexual violence, and shut down the dirty jokes, the gossip, the victim blaming and shaming. As a community, we can change the way we respond. Contact the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition to attend a workshop to learn more.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Get ready for the music event of the summer. Powderhorn Porch Fest returns Saturday, September 21st from 4 to 10 p.m. for another legendary evening of 13 epic performances across 3 community-decorated porch stages featuring genres from hip-hop, R&B, surf punk, Latin folk, and more. Powderhorn Porch Fest spans 2 blocks on 17th Avenue South between 32nd and 34th Streets. This year's headliner is Tufa One, a Dakota Boricua singer-songwriter, hip-hop artist, and community activist making waves across the nation. KRSM will be spinning beats with the diverse sounds of the South Side all night long. Treat yourself to over a dozen of Minneapolis' favorite food trucks, then grab a cold drink from the Reverie Cafe and Bar Beer Garden. The festival is family-friendly by day with activities for kids and an unforgettable celebration for the adults after dark. Best of all, Powderhorn Porch Fest is free to attend, with proceeds supporting the community programs of the Powderhorn Park Neighborhood Association. Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind music and community celebration. Powderhorn Porch Fest is Saturday, September 21st from 4 to 10 p.m. More details at ppna.org/porchfest.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
Hi, this is Representative Sharice Davids from Kansas. I'm Ho Chunk, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Native American Community Clinic on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis, honoring health and tradition.
Yes, they do. Hey, we are here with Maren Hardy, a co-founder and client service with Spirit Care Services here in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. Welcome, as always. Great to see you.
Hi, everybody. Is that me echoing, or are we good?
You sound good here.
Okay, yay.
Cool.
Hi, you guys. Bonjour, bonjour.
Good to see you. Good to see
you.
you.
Guys
Hey,
as well.
Things are going on. Can you tell us, let's talk a little bit about Spirit Care and then the things that are happening. Tell our audience what Spirit Care is all about.
Sure. Thank you for.
Oh, she froze.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
The interweb.
It's not winter yet.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Well, we've had Maren on before too, and she is the co-founder and client services with Spirit Care, and there's a big event coming up in September we want to talk about, and Haley, it's just here. Let's see if are you back with us?
I am back. What happened? That was very strange. I'm like, hello, what? Wait, what?
Yeah. Hey, now you're sounding, looking good. So tell us a little bit about your organization.
Okay, so sure. So Spirit Care Services was started because we realized, my friend and I, Maxine, realized that our Native elders are not getting any services. The homemaking, the transportation, the companion care. And we have the least served population with the highest disparity rate in the country with our elders. And that's just not okay. When I worked at DIW, I ran the elders program there for 10 years. So it's so important that we really recognize our elders, because again, none of us would be here without an elder, none of us. So for me, it's super important because and doing outreach work and seeing, the crisis that our community is in, we just see really how even more isolated our elders are, not being able to go outside for fear of being robbed or whatever. So we started this, and in the past year, we have got now over 20 clients. We just got the Live Well at Home grant through DHS to double that client list and offer so many more services. We're partnering with Augustana for getting elders housed. None of our elders, the last thing they should be is homeless. So right. we've leaps and bounds, but it's such much. We're in such high demand of services that it's really a joy to go to work. When you really love what you do, you don't feel like you're going to work. So it's just a blessing, and we love it. And we partner with all the agencies here have elder programs. We refer people back and forth, and now with the congregate dining back up and running at the awesome Indian Center, it's pretty great. And the great work that DIW does with the food shelf and with Wobbin Spears and her program, the WEX program, MLX. I mean, it's like hand in hand with the communities and the agencies.
Well, I know for me, it's pretty rough to maneuver through all these agencies, and you help our elders.
Yes, so much, Robert. Like bridging these gaps, because as we all know, I'm the granddaughter of a boarding school survivor. So a lot of our elders have no idea where to go to get the help, nor do they even feel comfortable asking for help because of what happened in the past. I mean, you'd either lose a home or a kid or something, if you needed services, where a lot of our elders are isolated and need these services. We want our elders to stay in their homes longer. So this is where Spirit Care comes into play.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I'm getting up. Well, I am a junior elder, aren't I, Haley? I think our tribe says 60 for elders, so I'm 63. So I'm going to be calling you up for some services soon.
Do it. We can help you get signed up.
Right on. Well, we got a couple things going on. So let me just back up a second. So the need in the community, and you guys filled that need. That must feel really good to be able to do that, to really help in a genuine way, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
When you wake up and you realize that you helped someone get housing, you helped elders get out of the opioid shelter. I mean, great for that shelter is there for the ones who need it, but none of our elders should be in that shelter. And we've housed probably about 6 elders now into housing. There was some that were displaced from the fire at Little Earth, and we helped them get housing, help them get housing, help them sign up for bridging. I have such a vast network of resources. When I put something on Facebook, I mean, there's so many people who donate and give back to our elders that it's a little overwhelming for myself even. But again, it's just the work we do doesn't feel like work. Isn't that what they say? When you love going to work, it's not a job.
Right.
So
Exactly. So let's talk about how people can get in touch with you, because I know we have a vast audience all over Turtle Island, even just to pick your mind on what you're doing here because of great work here in Minnesota, but also people that may need your service.
100%. So they can reach out to our office phone, which is 612-295-0224, or spiritcareservices.com. That's our website. And it's just about, making that phone call and saying, how do I get transportation? How do I get signed up for a waiver, elderly waiver? If you're under 65, we can get you a caddy waiver. I mean, it's just, you have to make the initial call, to initiate we can't make it happen for you, but we can definitely navigate the system. And I'm you guys have heard me say this before. I do not play nice with bullies, and these insurance companies, they don't want to give elders services. And I find that super difficult. So we've stopped asking and we started demanding these services be brought to the forefront for our elders. And I know Monica will get a kick out of this. Again, I'm something like a tsunami when it comes to working with insurance companies, because they don't see me coming, but they sure feel me when we get these services for our elders. We're done asking. Right. Our elders shouldn't have to want for anything. They're the ones who raised us.
Absolutely. Hey, you got an event coming up here. Let's talk a little bit about that. And then also, let's talk about that.
So it's that time of year again. And last year we did the picnic, but this year we're going one step even better. We're doing the first annual Native American Elders Day. And we're having a whole day. We're making just a huge day of it. We have elders coming down from as far as Grand Portage. And we want all of our elders down here. We want them recognized. We have Grant Snyder and the Involve MN, for the cooking. Grant used to be our homeless cop who was down at the wall, who was amazing. And he went into a catering business, and he feeds over 10,000 homeless a week. So he's doing our cooking for us. I mean, I'll tell you guys, we have a photo booth. We have a caricature artist. We have an Elvis impersonator coming in town. And we wish it was the native one, but he's booked. We have, of course, the raffle prizes, and we have bingo, and everybody stepped up to donate. We still need a lot of donations. We'll get to that, but we're short about $4,000, and we need that. Haley, if you got that, we have a link for volunteer sign up. We need volunteers. I mean, every agency is incredible, and they're helping out. And I know, like Louise Matson, my sister does, and Wobbin Spears, they're making it an agency event where the employees can either take the day to work or you take the day to volunteer for the elders. So there you go. Yes. But this is a big deal. I mean, we want to thank the ones who raised us. And just by doing so much for us, it's just time that we just say, hey, thank you. And we're starting this off with the first annual, and we want this to continue every year. We hopefully, fingers crossed, we have the mayor coming, the sheriff coming. We have providers coming from two different trellis for elders, trellis for housing, Hennepin County, senior linkage line. We want this to be a place where elders can come and say, you can get these services, you can get these resources. Here's what we have to offer you. Eat good food, visit with people, win some prizes, win some bingo prizes, win some gift cards. We have these great T-shirts made by No Words LLC that they say first annual Native American Elders Day on them. They're awesome. Wow. So we're really pulling out all the stops.
Wow, that is awesome. That's one of the things we haven't mentioned is where it's going to be.
It's going to be at Veterans Park on 63rd in Portland, in Richfield, where I know Leech Lake is having their awesome party this Thursday. But it's at Veterans Park. There's a great parking lot. There are restrooms right there, and porta potties are right there. There is parking. There's overflow parking for the buses that are coming down. that they can park in the ice rink, and then there's just a path, a beautiful little walking path to get over there. But we want all of our elders dropped off there, and then everyone can go park. But we'll have a big bouquet of balloons right outside because it's at the first stoplight right when you're heading south on Portland. You cross 62, and it's right there on your left-hand side.
Well, I know last year you had your first elder
Yes.
at Minnehaha, I believe it was, Minnehaha Park.
It was at the falls.
And Haley stopped by, and she couldn't find a place to park because there were so many elder natives hanging out.
Last year it was awesome, and always at the falls. It's great. It's a beautiful place, except for we didn't have enough space, so we literally we had overflow on each side. You can go on each side of the falls, and you couldn't hear the bingo. You could not hear the bingo, so we had to move. But this is our own place, and if anyone hasn't been there, it's a huge pavilion. It is ginormous, and so we're beyond excited. I have the most amazing team of people working with us. Diana Grooms and I are from Native Elder Games. We are co-chairing this, and Monica Nielsen. It's just, you guys. We have just a really incredible crew.
Hey, we're here with Maren Hardy, co-founder and client service with Spirit Care, and we're talking about the Big Elder Whoop-de-Doo, and we're going to talk more about that. This is Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and we'll be right back. Minnesota has the only original wolf population in the continental United States.
And 80% of Minnesotans believe the wolf should be protected.
Howling for Wolves is asking Minnesotans to respect our true wildlife manager, the wolf.
Their survival is critical to our ecosystems, our communities, and even our economy.
As highly intelligent animals with strong social bonds, Minnesota wolves deserve to be protected and admired.
Learn more at howlingforwolves.org. Let's live and let howl.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
At Better Futures Minnesota, we support Minnesota's environment by working towards zero waste and the transformation of the lives of men in our workforce development model. Better Futures Minnesota engages men with histories of incarceration and homelessness. Our approach reaffirms each man's dignity, instilling self-discipline and behaviors that empower them to achieve self-sufficiency and a better future. We set hard-to-employ men on a pathway to independence through employment in our reuse retail warehouse and work crews specializing in building deconstruction, property maintenance, appliance recycling, and janitorial services. We strive to create a sustainable future where social equity, economic opportunity, and environmental justice intersect. By addressing these interconnected challenges, Better Futures Minnesota works towards building resilient, healthy communities for all Minnesotans. We believe that true sustainability can only be achieved when all members of our community can thrive. Join us in making a difference. Visit us at betterfuturesminnesota.com and donate today.
Greg Bakken here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
You're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
I've often said the RAV4 from Rudy Luther Toyota is the best vehicle I've ever driven, and I just had it proven to me once again. I drove around San Francisco and the Sierra Nevadas in a RAV4 hybrid, and it was sensational. The city driving was amazing, tackling tight corners and steep city streets while looking stylish. The real challenge came when we got up into the mountain roads, and the RAV4 carved them up like a hot knife through butter. And the hybrid fuel efficiency saved me over $200 on my vacation. Win, win, win. Test drive a Toyota RAV4 today at Rudy Luther Toyota, 394 and 169 in Golden Valley.
Hi,
Jim of Better Futures Minnesota here. Does your business or organization need janitorial services, lawn care, or snow removal? Obtain a free, no-obligation estimate from Better Futures Minnesota when you let us know that you heard about us on AM 950. Our supervised, hardworking, and affordable crews will handle your interior and exterior building and property maintenance needs while you help men in the community transform their lives and walk on a positive path to success. It's a win-win. To learn more, go to betterfuturesminnesota.com under Business Services.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Clear tonight with a low of 63, then sunshine Tuesday with a high of 83. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
You're listening to Native Roots Radio. This is Spirit from Reservation Dogs. Get up and listen.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Native Concrete and Masonry. Look them up at nativeconcretemasonry.com and give Chuck a call at 612-597-0421.
Hey, we're here with Maren Hardy, co-founder and client service with Spirit Care Services. Welcome back. Hey, I got a couple questions, and then let's talk about the event again. But I want to circle back to what you guys do. Can you tell me a little bit about what are the services in need, the most need for elders?
Absolutely, Robert. So one of the number one things, and I was just talking to Medica today, is transportation. You know, our elders in this Phillips community, we don't want them walking or taking the bus anywhere. I don't care if you're going from Beatagain to the Indian Center for lunch. When someone is sick, a dope sick person, an elder is an easy target. And it's sad, but it's the truth. I mean, from all my outreach work and working for the city, I know that firsthand, and it's not okay. So for us, transportation is number one. Homemaking and companion care kind of go hand in hand, because our elders, as you get older, it's harder to do the laundry or take out the trash and stuff like that, or you get behind in stuff. And we don't want our elders to have to do any of that. We didn't have to do it when we were coming up, you know, when we were little. So why should they have to do it now? And again, all these services attributes to them staying in their homes longer. You know, so it's like when case managers come and see that, oh, they are able to do these things from the help of Spirit Care, then that makes us look good. That makes our elders be happy and stay in their homes longer. Again, it's homemaking, transportation, companion care. We also do what's called IHS without training, which is helping them schedule their doctor's appointments, taking them to their doctor's appointments. Again, these are scary things. We have one of our awesome employees who's my nephew, who has taken one of our elders to have eye surgery. That's a scary thing. And you know, and he's wonderful. And he, you know, it's about understanding that we're caring for these elders as if they were our own. And that is one of our mottos, is where our clients become family, because we are all family at the end of the day. And when you have nobody but someone like myself to call and ask, and I answer, anyone who knows me, I don't have boundaries. I answer my phone whenever. I have clients. I did have to tell one elder, it's not even 6 o'clock. Please just wait until 6 a.m. to call me. But it's but it makes me feel good to know that they can call me. And I have another wonderful employee, Andrew, who literally, we had a client who was in a nursing home or in transitional care, which we don't even get billed for that. And he went to see her every week. You know, it's just that we go above and beyond because they did for us.
Absolutely. Hey, you know, how far is your reach? So is it the Twin Cities or the 7-county area? Can you tell us? Because we have people listening all over the country.
Well, I would love, it is the 7 counties, because we are as far as Carver and Dakota and Ramsey. We are actually talking with some people about going up to Beltrami, because there's a lot of need in Bemidji, Ball Club, Deer River, where they're not getting services. And it all depends, you know, this is all laying groundwork, and it's the start of moving into bigger and better, but, you know, slow and steady wins the race. But when we know that there are elders up there who aren't getting services, not even able to get to services, that's not okay. It's not okay with me at any end of the day. So eventually we will, just like when Peggy did with Circle of Life, right? She just went to the areas where it's needed. And that's what we're eventually going to hopefully do also. And especially with this grant we just got through DHS, thank them very much. So.
Yeah. Wow. And then, can elders get services that they don't, if they don't live in a single family home, or if it's an apartment? How does that work?
100%. So we were doing services with people who were living at Homeward Bound. We were doing services, Andrew. We were doing services with people who were at the Chateau nursing home, because that's a horrible nursing home, and we wanted him out of there often. Augustana, which is now Redstone, I think they just were changed. Beat Again, St. Paul Homes, Elders Lodge, Haley. Yeah, so we don't limit that. It's just, and I mean, even if you're homeless, if you're homeless, we're working on getting you an apartment, because there's no way that you should be homeless. And I have to say this, we're working really closely with Mackenzie and the New Native Initiative, because it just is not okay with me that our elders don't have a day center. And it should be on Franklin, should be in Phillips. Our elders should have a day center. Everyone knows how much our elders love being together. And they need their own space. The Indian Center is great. Congregate dining is great. But it's not just for elders. We need a space that is solely for the elders to hang out with. Congregate dining. I have a wonderful letter of support from Waubin at Mille Lacs saying that they would hire our elders to run it through the WEX program. And then we'll work with Dream of Wild Health and get a garden. I mean, just these little things that our elders can just do to get out of their apartment. I mean, they're stuck there. This is why we transportation is so important. And then we'll go to assisted livings and stuff like that next. So sky's the limit.
Wow. Maren, this company just started a year ago or 2 years ago at the most, and you are moving and grooving.
Oh, did she freeze again?
Oh, no, am I froze? Am I there?
You're back. You're back.
When you see the need and you really see that all these other communities have these things. And again, why us as a Native people, why are we the last when we're the first people? It's a no-brainer, but yet here we go asking for these things, begging for these things. And for those of you who know me, I don't take well with asking. If you have it, why don't we? And it should not be something that we have to fight for or keep asking for. And it's just that's, and again, like our immersion schools, getting our own schools for our kids. It's just, these are things that we're last in line for, as usual, the invisible people.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I appreciate your energy and letting our listeners know about this. This is really a huge thing. We have a relative, Haley's Gaga, my auntie, that's at the Elders Lodge, and we know that Haley goes over there all the time to take care of her Gaga.
Yeah.
Because I speak to so many elders when I'm try to visit my Gaga once a week, whether that's to help clean her apartment or just bring her groceries, because these elders don't travel. They don't have transportation. They don't have their license. And unless you have a family member to rely on, we know relationships are hard and family can be hard on. So sometimes people don't have, family members to come support them or drive them to doctor's appointments. So it's important to have services like yours, Maren, Spirit Care Services, to be there for our elders. And I hear so many times just from other elders, where can they reach out to get help like this? And you're really the only company that comes to mind. It's just because it's lacking,
It really is, Haley. And it's sad because our elders shouldn't have to fight for these. They shouldn't have to look for them. And I'll tell you, we had one client that had a waiver for a year and his case manager never told him. So, I mean, I don't understand how that can be. It's just really hard knowing that we have elders out there who have no one and nowhere to even, not a clue where to go to even ask for help. That is hard. because I come from a great family. You guys know Louise and my parents, and I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
But there are other ones who have no one, or their children are, in these encampments, gone to that. And it's just, I'm very blessed that I'm able to wake up and knowing that I'm going to see 4 or 5 clients today. I'm going to run around and do, I have elders who literally I've grocery shopped for, who have said, it's okay, I just need some bread and maybe some bologna. I'm like, oh my gosh. And we've gone, and I'm excited. Now I'm grocery shopping up and down all these aisles, and that's a blessing. We're able to pay for elders to have cell phones. You have to have a phone, and Spirit Care is able to provide that. So it's just,
Wow.
It makes the heart full.
Well, we got a few minutes left, and that's amazing, and amazing questions, Haley. Let's talk again about the event coming up one more time, so people listening can pull over in their big cars and write this down.
Right, and please write down to donate. We're asking for donations. Like I said, we're about $4,000 short. We're short volunteers. We would love to have volunteers. It's a great opportunity. And again, Haley, if you're able to share that link, we would love to share that. But also, so it's September 18th. It is from 10 a.m. to until bingo's over. Bingo will start at 2 o'clock. The food will start serving food at 11. But if anyone needs to reach out, it's spiritcareservices.com, or they can reach out to DIW, Division of Indian Work on Lake Street. Our phone number again, 612-295-0224. But this is a really big deal because this is the first annual. We're going to continue this every year. I mean, we should have this every day. Should be Elder Day, right? I mean, we're here
Right.
every time you look in a mirror, you think an elder or what looks back at you. So we love it. We love it. We have a great team, and I mean, like with Maxine, my best friend, and I doing her part and my part. It's just it's like magic, and it's exciting.
Wow, it does sound exciting. I can't tell you how awesome it is to see this in fruition, because I know this has been your baby for a year and you've talked about this, and then you're a doer, so it's happening, and that's an amazing thing for our community. And we got to have you on more, Maren. This is
I would love
really
it.
great news.
I would love it. I mean, I'm always around. At this time of the day, I'm usually in my jammies because I'm a morning person. But but I'm rocking my Harris T-shirt. So if I'm supposed to do that or not, but
ooh, nice.
Well, you can definitely do that here. We got a minute left, and I wanted to just say, I know you're a big Vikings fan.
Oh.
And we're on 30 stations in Wisconsin, so let her rip.
We are undefeated. I mean, what is going on? I know everyone was talking about the Vikings were not going to be good this year, and I thought that was a really well executed game yesterday.
Well, it looked like they practiced and the Giants hadn't practiced on.
Oh my
things.
gosh!
It was really bizarre.
It was so exciting.
Yeah. Well, and I don't want to say anything bad about the Packers, but I will. I can't swear on the radio. Never mind. Go Vikings, go Vikings. But Maren, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on. One more time, how people can help out. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, Spirit Care Services. We need donations, but we need volunteers also. So just reach out to the website, reach out to the phone number. Anyone and everything at all times. Serving time's a big time. Set up and take down are another big time. But again, if you have elders that you need to bring to the picnic and they need rides, reach out also.
Thank you so much. We're super excited. Thank you, Maren Hardy.
All right. Be good, everyone. Gigawabaman.
Right on. Co-founder and client service with Spirit Care Services. We'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
J&S Bean Factory is a native-owned, community-supported, cozy, artsy coffee shop which offers roasted on-site beans, live music, and baked goods. Relax in the beautiful outside patio. City Pages writes, voted top 10 coffee shops. Tucked into a quiet corner of St. Paul's Highland Park neighborhood, this coffee shop roasts beans on-site from the best coffee-growing countries in the world. Located at 1518 Randolph Avenue, St. Paul. The good stuff.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot. I want to talk to you about the rising energy costs and how you can manage them with the help of 952 Windows. Many people have plenty of insulation in their roof and attic, but the next significant step for energy savings is installing energy-efficient windows and doors. My good friend owns 952 Windows, a part of Loyal Home. They did a remodeling job on our home 20 years ago and definitely did a better job than the other guys. I've talked to neighbors over the years that experienced contractor problems with those other guys, especially when their window and door upgrades fell short in quality and energy efficiency. But when we made our second floor addition to our home, we used 952 Windows and received an excellent price and exceptional workmanship. Since then, we've seen much lower energy bills. So for your next home remodeling project, go with 952 Windows. Trust me, you won't regret giving them a call at 952 Windows or 952windows.com.
This is Leonard Peltier. I am in Coleman 1 U.S. Penitentiary, and I'm listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Howling for Wolves, protecting wolves for future generations.
Oh! Wow, that was an amazing segment. A lot of energy and what great work, and what a way to fill a need in the community.
Yeah, it really is a need, and probably one of the biggest ones. And our elders are so important. Those are our knowledge keepers and our caretakers. And, I got to just shout out my Gaga, my grandma. Gosh, I just remember all the great times, her watching me growing up and taking me to the aunties' houses. And yeah, it's just, we got to take care of our elders and those who cared for us.
Yeah, definitely. And they hand down things to us that we need, whether it's talking about our medicines or talking about our history or talking about our relatives in a good way. Just talking about that right now, we have our grandchildren over here today, and I can hear one of them crying, probably crying for me. No.
Oh, he wants his choka.
Right. They're not old enough to that be demanding. They're just eating and doing other things right now, but pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Yeah. Pretty soon they'll have to be taking care of you. They're older.
Yeah. Sooner than they think.
Yeah. Well, hey. Did you see any of the fun stuff going on at the 2024 United Tribes International Powwow?
No, did you?
I did. I saw a couple really great pictures, and then also someone posted the singing champs of this year's powwow.
Wow.
Yeah, can you guess who it is?
Is it the Claremonts?
I think it was. Yeah, it was the Ho Chunk Station singers.
Yeah, the Claremonts are awesome singers, and they reside over here in the west side of St. Paul, but I know they are known all over Turtle Island, seriously, and they have a young one coming up who just graduated from high school. He's taking the reins too, and he's been singing them with them for years. But it's great to see. Yeah, it's just great to see, and Ho Chunk are up there and competing in a good way.
Yeah, so important to carry on those traditions, and it's always cool when it's us Ho Chunks that take the win.
I was at a funeral service for AIM leader Clyde Belcourt, and one of the singers, I can't think of his first name, but one of the Claremont singers sang the AIM song to Clyde when he in his casket. and
Wow.
that was super powerful, and it was also beautiful to hear kind of a cappella, no hand drum, and he just sang it and sang it for a long time, and those are the things that I remember the most when it comes to our singers, and that really move us with their drum beat, and it's the heartbeat of our people.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, great point. Yeah, it's important, and I don't know about much about being a drum keeper, but it's a big responsibility, and a lot of traveling and a lot of showing up and taking pride in what you do.
Yeah, it's important. You couldn't have a powwow without them, literally, and
Hmm.
you need those singers, and I know the Claremonts have been passing this down to generations, and they're great singers, and I know I've seen them too. They're at other powwows that they judge the singers. That's even cooler.
Yeah, yeah, definitely professionals if you're up at that rank. I want to shout
Exactly.
out Dr. Stately. Dr. Anthony Stately could not join us today, but stay tuned for next Monday. I'm sure he'll be back on NAC, Native American Community Clinic. They're doing a lot of programming this month in September, but this Thursday, September 12th from 2 to 4 p.m., they will be doing a traditional medicines event, and this is in Minneapolis, Native American Community Clinic off of Franklin Avenue there. You can meet them at 2 o'clock at the Wolf Sage Garden. And at this event, they'll be doing traditional medicines giveaways. You'll be able to create your own tea blends, which is really cool. I'm a big fan of hot tea, especially in this season. They'll also be having raffle prizes and light refreshments and snacks, as well as a traditional tobacco demo. So that's really important to learn about our traditional medicines.
Wow, yeah, they do such good work, and they are definitely pillars in the community. And I joke around with Dr. Stately, but I also get serious and say, I hear about you in different meetings that I would not think of that would bring up the Native American Community Clinic or Dr. Stately, and have nothing but good things to say. And so it's we miss him today, but he's and his organization are such good medicine, literally and figuratively here. We just we love Dr. Stately and what he's been doing with the clinic these past 7-8 years that he's been leading the way.
Yeah, exactly. So Thursday will also be kind of in the end of the Four Sisters Farmers Market
Oh,
season. Yeah, with NACD, Native American Community Development Institute. Uh, I haven't been able to get over to a market because our summer is just wrapping up so quickly. It's been a while, but we'll have to check out the Four Sisters Farmers Market from 11 to I believe, is it 3 p.m.? No, I'm all confused.
yeah.
11 to 3?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. No,
Okay.
yeah, I haven't been able to go there because we did, and you know what? Hold on one second here. Speak while I sneeze. Hold on.
Okay. Well, we did have the state fair, so that took up like a whole
Yeah.
chunk of August, all 12 days.
That's what I was gonna say, and I just wanna throw out a big peeny-gee thank you to everybody that stopped by, that bought something, at my family store. That's a huge deal, to keep us going, and we'll be back again next year along with other things that you'll hear about, but, that was huge, Haley. You stopped by and saw the twins work in the store?
Yeah, always. They got great work ethic and great native designers to choose
Mhm.
from, including themselves.
Yeah, definitely. And there's more to come with that. But again, a big peeny gigi thank you so much for all the people that we had resist shirts out there, and people bought those up. And uh, we've been resisting, divesting, and joining a group for 8 years here on Native Roots Radio across the airwaves. And we're really blessed to speak and have great guests like Maren, Dr. Stately, State
Hmm.
Senator Mary Kunish,
Everyone.
Robert Lilligren. Everyone is right, and, I was just stretching the show out. I was gonna name everybody.
Oh, yeah, every single person. Go down the list.
Right.
Well, hey, yeah, lots of stuff going on Thursday. If you can make it over to the Four Sisters Farmers Market, do so. Come have fun, and then go to across the street, NAC's Traditional Medicines demo. You can join them. And then this is something cool. We're going to have David Huckfelt and Annie Humphrey join us next week with Shanae Matson, and they're going to be doing a musical tour, kind of a whole concert, fashion show, printmaking thing. But their tour is going on through November, I believe. But their first show is this Thursday, September 12th at the Turf Club in St. Paul, Minnesota. So check out their website to get those tickets.
I didn't know Shanae was a singer. That's awesome.
She might be. Oh, she's the visual artist.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. I guess I was correct in not knowing. Hey, that's what a great show. Maren rocked it. We missed Dr. Stately. Haley, the quality of the show goes up tenfold when you're here. Really appreciate you and all the things that you help me with. But you better help the elder.
Yes, yes, that's why I'm here.
Right on. Hey, if you're listening to this show, you're part of the resistance from Chief Plenty Coops. The ground on which we stand on is sacred ground, is the blood of our ancestors. We need to resist, divest, join a group, run for office, vote, vote, vote. We're still here. We are the seventh generation.
And free Leonard Peltier now.
Hey, are you ready for a night of politics?